Oh, hey, mate.
Good. How are you?
Smiling because I was just watching that video you sent me.
Oh, yeah. I I invented a an AI country family band this week.
I haven't finished watching it all yet, but it's that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's uh it's a lot to take in. I'm trying to figure out where and what I'm going to do with it all, and but yeah, um it's interesting to turn your creations into something else, like to be able to just kind of say, okay, I want this animated, take my art and do it. I think I sent you the prompt that I used.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Pretty crazy, dude.
That's a 3 minute long video. How long did that practically take to put together? Well, two minutes 47, but yeah.
It took 1 hour for Claude to put it together.
Wow.
And I had so now I've got it connected to all my MCPs. And so it's like and I told it like use ideogram to make the images 16 by 9 because some of them are square with like some of them are transparent PNGs that get put on a blank background, and then others have a background but it's square for the book pages, and so it actually looks at the image and draws the rest of the background out,
Hmm.
and then creates 16 by 9 slides for me. Then I upload them to then so it makes 1080p high bit rate videos. That video you just watched, how much do you think that cost in credits?
I don't know, mate. No point in me guessing.
It's about $70 in credits.
Oh, okay. Oh, sweet. Yeah. Wow.
So that's Higgsfield. That's almost all Higgsfield credits. That's not. I'm not talking Claude. I'm not using Fable for this. I'm just using regular whatever the Opus is or whatever. But it's Higgsfield credits that cost the majority of the money. $1 buys you 20 credits if you buy them in bulk.
Hmm.
So I think this one used
So
like
when you asked the question, I thought you meant credits, actual number of credits. I didn't know meant dollars. So yeah,
dollars and
that
yeah,
well,
dollars worth of credits.
even so, that's amazing. I mean,
Dude, I would pay an animation company 10 times that. You know what I mean? To have done this
mhm.
half as good. So, and then what I do is like I've been using like Claude's now better than Gemini for writing code. Like I was using Gemini to write code and then I switched over to Claude and it was like more efficient. I can tell I'm a coder. I can tell the code's better. And it's more streamlined. It does everything exactly the way you want it to be done. So I've been creating all these little like pieces of software to do things. Every time I right click, I have a whole bunch of little things that I do that I just haven't automated. But now I'm like in this mode where I'm like, okay, I need a new right click extension for this. Right click, turn this video file into. So what my one of the things I do is I transcribe my videos.
Mhm.
So I have a now I just right click on an MP4 text file sitting right next to it.
All right.
That's it. Right click, text file. It's simple.
Wow.
Um, and it's not Claude. Claude wrote the code, but it's just using transcription software inside the Mac and creating that TXT file so that I can have it summarized or whatever I want to do with it. There's a specific image. Every time I create a book, there's a specific image that gets resized to a certain size, and I just haven't built an automation for it. Right click, do this. Um, so I'm building all this, like all these automations and all these apps kind of with Claude, and it's just been incredible. Even like, I'm like Gemini, I'll say, hey, I want to create a public bucket on um, AWS, that does this, this, and this. And Claude will, or Gemini will be like, okay, put this into the command line, but then create this JSON file, put it in a folder, change directory to the folder, tell it this is where the file is. It's a bunch of steps. Whereas Claude is like, it writes the JSON file in the fucking command line, uploads it, and deletes it. You know what I mean? It's like it just does it all for it. It's just like here's one paste. paste this,
Mm.
it's just done. So,
Wow.
yeah,
I mean,
it's
how
been
much
amazing.
realistically 2 or 3 years ago would you realistically have paid for that 3 minute nearly video for an animator to do, in real terms?
I mean, here's the thing, right?
Would it be a
The
thousand
price,
dollars? I
the,
did
the
realistically.
it would have cost thousands to have done back then
Mm.
because nobody. You're not just moving puppet arms. You know what I mean? There's like things happening. They're creating motion, turning angles. It's doing all kinds of like AI related things that it can only do with AI. Like, there's no like someone would have to have created these characters. They call it boning. They'd have to be boned into like a character animator app, and even then, it's like they only have a certain range of skeletal motion. This is, I mean, I
They
so
really
I
call it
wouldn't have been able
boning.
to afford it. Like I wouldn't have been able to justify the cost.
Do they really call it boning?
Yeah, they call it boning
What a weird term.
because they
Yeah,
actually
yeah, I
create
get that.
bones. Yeah.
Oh wow. Wow. So seventy
So
dollars.
yeah, so about $70 worth of Higgsfield credits. I get 3,000. So I get use 1,500 credits and I get 3,000 per month with my membership that I paid for annually. But I've already purchased extra credits. Like I've already gone over
Mm-hmm.
multiple times and purchased more, and I'm okay with it because I get what I'm buying,
Just to
you know,
well, you
and
can
and
monetize it. You don't quite know how yet, but you're going to be using it. It's not just playing around. You've got content to use. But practically to do that video, what was the process before you prompted Higgsfield? So you uploaded images of the characters.
so I have every
What was the
page.
actual flow? Yeah.
So um, I gave it a here. Let me screen share this with you, and I'll show you exactly what I gave it so that you can see what it got. Let me just put this folder here. Claude. I think I'm just gonna have a hard drive just for Claude. I think that might be the thing to do. Um, okay, so share my dad. Let's go. God, there's so many options here. Desktop one, desktop two, desktop three. Okay, share. All right. Can you see it?
Hmm.
Okay. So this file here, these book pages. I create one of these every time I create a book, and it's just the cover and then the pages in like a comic panel order.
Hmm.
And the reason I do this is because I give this to Claude to have it write the sales copy for Amazon. I kind of use this as like this is my book to give it to any kind
Hmm.
of AI or any kind of tool. This is like a storyboard or a layout of what the book looks like. So I gave it this. I gave it the lyrics to the song. I gave it the actual wave file, right? I
Hmm.
gave it I gave it the source PNG files. So here's all the square files
Hmm.
from the pages, right? And some of them are transparent. So this one's
Hmm.
transparent, this one's transparent. There's usually more transparent ones, but this one here, there's quite a
Hmm.
few that have backgrounds. And so then I gave it that, and then I gave it the stems. So when you create a song in Suno, you have the option to export the stems, and the stems give you the lead vocals, the backing vocals, the drums, everything's separated out,
Oh
right?
wow.
And so it looks at the lead, it pulls the lead vocals in and transcribes them and says, okay, this is where this line shows up, and this is how long I need to make this clip. So it does it figures all that out for me, right? Uh, and then so that's what I gave it.
Hmm.
This Final Cut file is what it created. And then this is the build file that it creates. And so it goes in and it turned, so here's all the frames, right? So it just widened all these frames for me. That was the first step. And then this is the only thing it asked me for approval on was these frames. And so there was a couple of them, like this one here, where it's cut off on the bottom, and it actually had sort of centered it in the frame. And I was like, hey, these are cropped off at the bottom. They need to be, bottom justified.
Mhm.
And it was like, oh yeah, and it redid them. But these frames were all done in ideogram, so they were turned from square to wide just using ideogram's reframe feature. And so then I approved all 24 of these and this is what it gives to C Dance to animate, right?
Mhm. Wow.
And so then it goes through um and it starts so then it's just like one clip for each one of the 24 frames, right? And then it kind of edits like, okay, which sometimes it'll reuse like, okay, this one I'm using for the chorus, so I'm going to reuse this a couple of times, but it only makes the clip once because it knows it's going to reuse it in the edit in the final cut.
Mhm.
Um, and so these are the clips that I get, and then what it does is, um, uh, it grabs um, all the clips and the music files, and it lays them all out in Final Cut for me. I can't pull Final Cut onto this little screen,
That's fine. Yeah.
um, but it puts together like a layered, edited video file on the back end. Like it's amazing. And then I can go in and fine tune it if I want to fine tune it, which I've actually done. And because it's 1080p, what I then do is I asked Claude, I'm like, hey, I want to extract, these are 24 frames a second. I want to extract 24 frames for every second, put them in a folder. So it makes a folder of like 4,000 PNG files. And then I have an AI app that I paid for that upscales amazingly well my cartoons with smooth edges, really nice, so it's an AI upscaler. So I run the AI upscaler on all 4,000 frames, and then I have another script that builds the frames back into a video, and I re-import the video, so now I have it in 4K.
Wow. So what are you going to do with it?
So okay, so then I'm like, okay, I want to create a fake country family band, like an AI band. And I'm like, I want to brainstorm some name ideas, and um, I want it to be like, the Wiggles.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
kind of want them to look like that, but like an American hillbilly version of that.
Mm.
But like not be for kids, but maybe for kids, but not sure if it's for kids. This whole kind of weird, like this weird, like creepy kind of vibe almost. And so the name of the band that we settled on, me and Claude, now we're buddies. He's my fucking coworker. The name that we came up with for the band is Fiddle Diddles because it sounds kind of molesty, which I like. Um, and so I'm like, okay, I need you to help me create like, you know, so I created an image of what I think the band should look like, and I'm like, I want three girls and an old man, and like so they're his daughters, but the three girls are wearing like pastel colors, and the old man is wearing coveralls, but he has a lazy eye. I'm giving it all this like these weird details, right? Because I'm like, I want it to be I want people to look at it, but and be like, what the fuck is wrong with this? Um, and the thing is that like the more quirks you give a character, the less it looks like AI. So if you just like draw me a man with brown hair, or create a photo of a man with brown hair, you're gonna get a very stock looking image. But if you're like, give him a lazy eye and like a faint scar on his forehead, now you got like a something that AI wouldn't just create without being properly prompted. So I gave it this whole thing. Anyway, it creates. So I'm like, I want to create this website for fiddlediddles.com, right? So it creates fiddlediddles.com for me, and it's like, I'm like, I want you to write lore. Like, I want an origin story for this family band. And it like made up a town in my area that doesn't exist, and it like said we're from Bramble Hollow, Ontario, and it made up all this shit, and it was really good. I'm like, this is good. So I'm like, because I thought it would be fun to do these like country, like bluegrass children's versions of my songs. I have one song that's made like over $300. in streaming income. And I'm like,
Wow.
it's an AI song, but with my words. And so I've been looking at it, and a lot of the distribution companies are like, we'll take your AI music, but it has to have a human element. Well, I'm the songwriter. You know what I mean? These are my songs. So that's good enough. Like they don't want it to be written by AI and produced by AI, and so that's the differentiator. So I'm like, they're all my lyrics. I'm the songwriter. So I'm publishing them, on all the platforms. And because what happens is if you publish a song on a platform and then this is a huge hack that I have not manipulated enough. But if you publish a song on a platform and you get it to go viral on TikTok, there's millions of dollars to be generated from that viral video. Like if that
Mhm.
if that song, you ever see these like trends where people are like preparing for my Netflix documentary and they sit down and whatever it is, there's some trend that's going on social media and they use the same sound, like background
Mhm.
track or whatever. If that is a sample of a published song that has a content ID out in the system, you'll get paid for every single video that uses that sound.
And one
And
so
so
you've
if
got
you
one
have a
that's
song,
made. So the one
what's
that's
that?
made $300, is that over multiple platforms or one main traffic source as a platform?
Mostly
One main
YouTube
platform.
ads, mostly YouTube ads.
Hmm.
But it has come from TikTok, Instagram. It's Frosty the Blowman. It's the Frosty the Blowman song. It's only a year old.
Wow.
I have other songs that have generated revenue too. Like I've probably made maybe close to 1,500 or 2,000 bucks from song streaming.
Wow.
So there's money in
So,
these weird pockets, right?
yeah.
Where you're like, oh, if I get if this song goes viral or this part of this song goes viral, and the way TikTok works is it's not based on the views, it's based on the number of people sharing it. So
I
if it
didn't
goes
know that.
viral where it's like a trending sound, you're going to make a lot of money.
So, what are your thoughts on all of the stuff you're creating and how you're gonna use it, monetize it, or haven't you figured that out yet? Because you've got your new
Well, I've already
band.
published. What's that?
You've got your new band that you're working on.
Well, I've already published. So what I did was I took the Rumple foreskin video and I didn't use the music. I ended up putting my own voice back over it and just publishing it to my platforms. Didn't do that well. But I'm gonna try it again with music. Um, I'm gonna try it with this My Dad Grooms Minors one because this is actually a book that I had published a while ago, but I used I used AI art in the book and it was terrible. It was
Mhm.
back when it was so bad. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not proud of it. Um, I don't want to be using AI art in my books. So
Hmm.
when I did it, it was because my cartoonist was sick and I needed to put out a book. And I'm like, fuck, he was sick. I'm like, I'm gonna use AI art to put this out. And I was not happy with it. And so I had him redraw it. That's why it's out. So
You've been
I
set.
thought it'd be
So, for
fun.
anybody listening or watching, Brad's been sending me video clips all week. All week on my iMessage, I've been getting video clips of his new creations, and this was the last
Cartoons.
one that cartoons. Sorry, well, I call them. You're in mad creation mode of doing new stuff, and that one, the last one you sent me, the one you just featured, is well the best from a point of view of it's long. It's a 3 minute thing. It just looks spot on. It's professional, isn't it? You'd think it could have been done by a professional studio or whatever.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
has that look. I'm gonna show you the hang on a second here. This is the band. Fiddle Diddles.
Yeah.
And then it's got like a story and and it even did this thing where it was like, oh, here's the upcoming shows and it automatically sets the dates into the future using JavaScript, so it never has to be changed. And none of these places exist or none of these things are real,
Wow.
you know. It created like a journal page. Like I didn't, like it really Like it really, all I gave it was the photos and the name, and I'm like, here's kind of the vibe I want to go with, and that's what it came up with. Um, and like I'm like, this is pretty amazing. And like Claude wrote, like it created the website using the photos, and it used ideogram to create like the fave icon and all the stuff, and it just did everything it needed to do without my help. And then it was like at the end, it was just like, okay, here's a single copy paste command line to create the bucket, make it public, and upload the files.
Wow.
So like it's really gotten to a point where I'm not doing a lot of the like I'm obviously the heavy lifting's already done, right? It's like
Hmm.
here's the band I want to create, here's the photos, or here's all the assets already draw. I'm not asking it to draw. I'm asking it to take the draw. You know what I mean? So the heavy lifting was done, but
Hmm.
because it was done, what it's able to do is incredible.
Wow.
So, and the problem is now you're on a system where you're paying for credits on Claude so that it can burn credits on other MCPs. And like I could easily spend as much as I could spend on a full-time employee on credits if I was going full steam. I haven't figured out what that is yet. Like you said, what are you going to do with it all? So Fiddle Diddles is going to get its own YouTube channel, and then from that, my thinking here is I want to start creating, and I sent you the other one too, which was the Goth Girl influencer, right? So I want to start creating these like AI influencer channels that promote my stuff in different ways that aren't
Hmm.
me. Because like a lot of it is, the creepy 50-year-old guy makes it weird, but then you put a goth girl and a fucking goat puppet and it's okay, right? Or you make it something else weird and it's okay. So you kind of repackage it and re-put it out or redistribute it. So that's kind of the plan is the animations will be part of these channels.
Cool.
So, and I can probably do, two of these a month with the credits that I'm paying for, which means new books can instantly be created as cartoons. And then I'll pay for the backup credits to do once I figure out if there's money here, I'll throw
Yeah, of
tens
course.
of
Yeah.
thousands of dollars at the credits. Like, this, like they used to say in the ad business, if it works, I've got unlimited budget.
Yeah.
Of course you do.
Yeah. Um, yeah. I mean, it's a natural extension from your books, isn't it? To make animations. It's just how you're going to get those animations
It's always been
monetized.
it's always been what I want to do. Like it's even when I had Vector Toons, animation was something that I always chased. It was always something I wished. It was always kind of just out of reach. And
Mhm.
now that it's in reach, I want to really use it as much as I can and figure out how to milk the shit out of it.
Cool. Well, let me screen share. We'll move on to somebody else that you've weirdly, very weird. This is a weird one. Got on the wrong side of this last week. This kind of blew my mind in a way,
What do you
and
got?
and you'll understand why in a minute. People listening to this will understand why. So, Brad messaged me this earlier on in the week saying, "Hey, this guy's local to you." So
Andrew Bridget,
Bridgen, yeah. So Andrew Bridgen is a grade A asshole.
but he's
Uh,
independent
cu-
minded.
you couldn't get more of an asshole. Used to be a member of parliament. Um, yeah, I
Oh, okay.
haven't, I haven't done.
How come all the
Haven't,
British politicians look like their hair's been blowing in the wind? What's the deal with that?
I don't
Is that like a
know.
thing?
I don't know. So the geezer's got 376,000 followers. He is. he's a loose cannon in many ways, and his family are from my local town.
Okay.
And this is no reflection on any of his family. I'm only talking about him. He's a dick. And yeah, so the story goes that he, so the video playing in this is read by an English person, what reading one of your books.
Yeah, a woman.
And he's just gone and retweeted, reacts, whatever the hell you call it these days. Um, the warning, shocking, they're coming from your children. This disgusting book is aimed at young children and promotes swingers. Now, whether the fact check info was underneath the video at the time when he did this, we don't know.
It wasn't.
But
It wasn't.
it wasn't. Okay. Well,
No.
okay. But still, the guy's a dick. Okay. So then then the fact check, which I've never seen before, this is a thing that I learned about. There's a fact check because obviously this has cropped up many times, and the fact check says it's misleading. The book is a parody intended at adults. But this guy
Yeah,
has gone
Reuters and AAP both reached out to me years ago for um, confirmation that it was actually comedy. They
unbelievable.
needed me to actually say it.
Yeah, yeah, I get that from their point of view. Okay.
Yeah.
So he went. I haven't actioned this. You'll see this is a little group of tabs that I just, if I'm absolutely honest, haven't had time to deal with yet. And I also had to speak to a few of my very best friends locally to make sure nobody was actually friends with him. And nobody is. In fact, the results came back from text messages. Can't repeat them because it's even too bad for me to repeat. But yeah, needless to say, none of my best friends around here like the guy at all. What happened is you got threats again as a direct result of this twat retweeting this.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this video has been brought up countless times and been reframed countless times with this is pedophilia, this is targeting children to teach them about the swinger lifestyle. But I mean, this is my this is like a delicious snack for me. When this kind of thing happens, it's like someone handed me a bowl of candy because I get to be, you know, the asshole that I love to be on the internet. I love fucking with people and making them angry. And when people come for me and they think that they think like there's one woman that was like, you will be canceled. Your career is over. And I've replied to her every day because she's like, I'm going to check back with you in a couple days when your career's over. And I keep responding to her and saying, hey, I'm just checking on my cancellation. How's everything going? And she doesn't respond anymore because she's realized she has no power over me. And I just every day I reply to the message where she's like, mark my words, your career is over. And I'm like, hey, just checking, just following up on this. Is my career over yet? Like I'm just being a dick. And I responded to that politician's tweet and I was like, I have 184 five more books over here with a link, and I'm just like, just, like grinding these people because they're so easily like, these are mostly extreme right people,
Mhm,
like extreme right, far right. You know what I mean? Far right. I'm going left. There's far right people. And
mhm,
what's fun about them is when like, I know I can tell based on your profile who and what you're all about. And the reality is that, people are such puppets. They're not independent thinkers, right? If you believe one thing on the far right, you believe all the other things and you buy into all the bullshit and all the other stuff that they say, just like the far left. It's no different, right?
mhm.
Both sides have their fucking idiocy. So if you're on the far right and you're coming for me, you know what kind of words I'm going to use against you? I'm going to call you triggered. I'm going to call you snowflake. I'm going to say that you're against free speech. I'm going to use words against you that are going to drive you absolutely insane. right? And if I see that you're like a gym bro, right, I'm going to tell you to check your T levels. I'm going to say things to you that will set you the fuck off because I know how to do it. I'm a professional troll. Like this is my dude.
Professional
I
wind-up
get
merchant.
I get paid for this. This is my
Mm.
jam. You know what I mean? It's like so when this guy and it's so funny because I don't check X that often. It's kind of it's my least popular social
Hmm.
media platform. And so I don't spend a lot of time there. But I started to get and I know because X is the place this stuff always happens because people are able to reframe bullshit on X and the nut jobs are there. They're waiting for it, right? And so I started to see comments on Instagram and I'm like,
All right.
something's going on. Something's happening on X. I could tell based on the types of people that were showing up because they were just showing up on random videos and calling me a pedophile. And I'm like, okay, something's happening. I went
Hmm.
over to X, and sure enough, there's like notifications like crazy, and Andrew didn't tag me, but multiple people did because if you read the replies, there's lots of people calling him a fucking idiot because he didn't fact check anything, and they're like, clearly this was comedy. As a comedian, any a quick Google search could figure this out. They're tagging me, and I just spent my day, going viral and triggering people and making them more and more angry and like sending them off the deep end. And I I couldn't do it every day, but man, once in a while it's a fucking treat to mess with people, dude. I love it. It's like not everybody can do that at their job, and
No,
I get to do that. I love it. I
it's
fucking love it.
yeah. It's funny that you knew it was kicking off on X though from just looking at people or the comments.
Yeah. It's
It's
so
quite
easy to
powerful
see.
in itself.
Yeah. That's where
Oh.
people reframe my stuff and say it's being, and it's always the Swinger Party book, which is funny because that book doesn't even sell that well. It's like not one. It's probably in my top 20, but it's not like a huge seller. But every time it goes viral, it just creates more attention for me, which I
Mm.
love.
Yeah, of
Attention's
course.
like candy too, right? So, but yeah, um, it's always and like even though he's been proven wrong and it's been fact checked, he hasn't deleted the tweet, you know.
No.
But yeah, I got
Uh,
threats. I get actual violent threats from people because of it.
you're used to that. It's just so weird to me that you've managed to piss off somebody 3,000 miles away that lives very close to me. That's still a weird thing to me. It's,
Yeah,
yeah. So to get there, I said, you never guess who Brad's pissed off now. Yeah, weird, weird.
and I know it is
So
weird.
what's the plan for this week with the newfound love for Claude?
Probably more animation. Um, Probably I got to publish some of these songs I'm putting out. I'm going to put out like an album of songs. Um, and long term, I don't know, but I have to start thinking about what I want to do that's larger.
Hmm.
And how I want to go about that. But yeah, it's I you know I'm creating a lot of AI influencer. I don't want to call them influencers, but that's what they're calling them is AI influencers. So we'll just call them
Hmm.
AI influencers for now. But it's the idea of like these 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 people are repurposing my content, and these fake people are repurposing my content, and it's getting put out there. I think I think it's a good strategy, but we'll see. But yeah, like I can't believe how many times I've said to Claude this week, I need a right click extension for my Mac that does this, and it's like here you go, and it's perfect every time. So if there's anything you're doing on a regular basis that you're not already automating with a simple right click, get Claude to give you the code because it's so easy.
I'll have to have a think. Speaking of right clicks, I am ashamed, or I was ashamed, but I'm not now because I love it to say that I love a non. Apple device. I had to come to the conclusion for this other business that I'm involved in that I've got to use a Windows laptop. Oh, you got one as well?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I had to come to the conclusion. So is yours the one that can link to three different devices?
Yep. MX Master
Yeah.
3. It's got the
Yeah.
links to the
So
iPad, links to the phone. Yeah.
yeah, so I got one of these because I have come to the conclusion for this other new business I'm involved in. I've got to use Windows. It just has to be done because of the software being used. And yeah, you can run it on Parallels. It's just not the same. I tried it on Parallels,
No.
as a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I got one of these, and I have to say I love it. I do love it. It's really very cool. And
Yeah, it's great.
the reason I brought that up is because you can program it to pretty much do what you want. It's, yeah,
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 I've always had to have a mouse that has copy paste buttons. That's what I use the two buttons
yeah,
for is copy paste.
yeah, yeah. So, but I haven't really got a lot else going on. I mean, I am mad busy, but it's pretty boring stuff. It's kind of just sticking to the process I went through 2 weeks ago to prioritize and get through stuff I've got to do, and that's all I'm doing really. I haven't really. I mean, I'm using obviously I'm using Claude and ChatGPT every day, but nothing groundbreaking because I'm just churning out what I'm doing. I haven't really got anything of any great interest to share with regards to that stuff, if I'm honest, because it's just grinding through getting stuff out, which is going well. Um, and yeah, I haven't got a great deal, if I'm honest. So
I've been doing
yeah.
a lot of Facebook views. I only have 19,000 followers there, but right now because I'm in this accelerator thing,
Hmm.
every video I upload is like, you know, 30,000
Hmm.
to 70,000 views automatically. It's like I upload the video and as soon as it's done processing, the notifications are just like brrr. It's like, this
Oh,
person liked, this person liked, this person like shared, liked. I'm like, what the hell? They're like, they've expanded my reach during this 3 month
yeah, yeah,
period.
yeah. Well,
So I've
yeah.
started uploading like live stream archives and like hour long videos and just dumping stuff in there because I'm like, let's see what works, and they're paying me on top of the bonuses, they're paying me for the views, right? So Facebook with 19,000 followers, 100, $200 a day in outside of the bonuses just from
It does
views.
piss me off that I haven't been able to get my page back. 3 years now. I had 20,000 followers or something. My main Mark Lyford page, which is still being controlled by three or four people around the world, not being used at all. I can't get it back. It's still on my list, but whether I'll ever get it back, I don't know. I guess I'm hoping that somebody at some point does manage to take them to account and make them actually do stuff against what's been going on. But whether that'll happen and benefit me, I don't
Why don't
know.
you just pay for like a made a verified account for a month and get support?
Yeah, I did
And
that, and they closed me down. I told you about
oh,
that.
oh
So
right.
I 3 years ago had it hacked, and then I set up a new account, and then 2 months later I had the hey get verified. So I thought exactly what you just said.
Yeah.
I'll get verified. It'll give me the ability to actually speak to somebody. And then within 3 hours, they said, we think this is a fake or whatever they said account impersonating my main account and page that got closed down
Right.
or I got locked out of. So they killed it. So I'd
Yeah.
spent 2 months building another account back up, the profile, and they killed it. And I couldn't speak to anybody. And they just refunded my £10. So yeah, I tried to get it verified and that kicked me up the ass. So
Wow.
do you know what I mean? You just think, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I guess I'm
I might
hoping.
try again. I might try again because, they've changed a lot of shit over there. Like their policies have really shifted away from, the way that they were very quick to ban everybody, during Like
The trouble is you can't
When
speak.
Trump
I
took
hate
office,
it.
Facebook changed.
I hate it that, I won't go and get Meta verified now for risk, for fear of the account that I've had over 3 years again now that I've got, nicely established and whatever, would
But
get shut down.
they could take it away from you whether you try to get verified or not.
Well, they could do,
Some
but I
AI
just don't.
sweep could delete it anytime.
I don't know. Maybe we'll see. It's just the fact that you can't speak to a human, even if you have to wait weeks to speak to a human on a ticket system or something. That's what really gets me. If somebody would, when you download all your info, in that info are the IP logs of your account. So if somebody actually took a minute to look at the IP logs 3 years ago and could see that I got hit from Vietnam or wherever the hell it was, and then within minutes, multiple IPs logging into that page to admin it, it's clear what happened. And yeah, you can't do that. It's yeah. But from your point of view, it's great that you're doing that. From my point of view, it's like, do I really want to bother to go and set up and put a load of work into a page again that it could get took off me? I don't know. Yeah. I just, that whole experience made me think I'm not putting that much. I mean, I have my personal profile, and yes, I have pages up there and stuff, but kind of thinking like, based on what I've been through with them, I'm not putting any major effort into building up, which is maybe the wrong way of looking at it. Maybe if I did spend
I
time and
think
build up more, I'd get more power to actually speak to somebody. I don't know.
I think it is a bad way to look at it, and I get it. I had the same thing with ChatGPT. I'm like, I'm not setting up another account, and other people are like, why not just set up another account? I'm like, because they're just going to do it again. Um, and
Mm,
so I didn't. I get the same attitude, but the difference is that you know, ChatGPT is a product. These are distribution channels for you that could
mm,
potentially,
mm, mm,
expand your reach. Like I used to have this friend on TikTok. I can't even remember his name now. I'm trying to remember his name, but he was really he posted stuff that would like purposely trigger people. And it was hilarious because he was really good at it, but he would get banned a lot for hate speech. I remember once he posted this video and it was just him standing there with this grin on his face. And the text just said, "I'm not attracted to trans people." That's all it said. Right? And the fucking, the extreme left people, they can't handle that stuff. You know what I mean? Like we joke about the extreme right, but the extreme left is just as bad. They can't handle anything like that. They just
mm,
lost their shit in his comments. You know what I mean? And so he would get like 500,000 followers, and then TikTok would shut his account down. And then he would set up a new account, and you would not believe how quickly those followers came back. It was
mhm,
incredible. New account, hundreds of thousands of followers in a couple days. And then he would lose it, and then he would do it again, and he would do it again. And every time he set up a new account, the algorithm immediately found his fucking people. And they were just like, they'd sign up again, and they would follow him again. And at some point he ended up stopping, and he went to some of the other platforms because he was so, I think he just got to a point where they were just like, if you come back, we're going to sue you or whatever. But he was doing it on purpose. Like that was the whole point was he was there to,
yeah,
create rage bait. Um, but the idea that like I even saw a thing where Gary Vee was talking to some guy and he was in the same thing. He's like, "Oh, we lost our Facebook page." He's like, "Make another one." He's like, "Yeah, but what?" He's like, "Then you make another one. You did like the money's there. Use the vehicle. It's free. If they take it away, make
yeah.
another one. It's free."
I guess my point is you shouldn't have to keep doing that. Not saying for everything, but
Yeah,
like for what happened to me, well, we discussed it when it happened. You said I'd
yeah,
got a cookie, whatever, what it was. They infiltrated my sessions, cookie sessions or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah. But then Instagram was easy to get back on. X was easy to get back on. It just mattered, you know. It's I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know. Maybe I should try and go verified again and pay for it.
See what happens.
Because I still haven't
Uh,
lost the idea of getting my main page back. What really pisses me off is that that was my first profile when Facebook launched. I turned it into a page, and you know, it's a long established page, and
Listen,
what really gets me is it's facebook.com/Mark Lyford. You know, it's it's me, but you know,
I wouldn't overthink that. I mean, my Facebook
mm,
page is the Brad Goss because my profile's still Brad
um,
Goss, right? Like,
mhm.
you know, I I wouldn't even worry about like the thing is that that page is dead. Even if you
Yeah,
get it
you're right.
back, those followers, a lot of those people don't even use Facebook anymore. And they've
Mm,
moved on to other things and like you're thinking that that's valuable. I think you just
mm,
got to think about okay, what's 20,000 followers is fucking easy. Create a page and start
yeah,
uploading reels, you'll get 20,000 followers. Like you can do that again, right?
mm,
And if they go like think about it this way. If you're producing content to build a following, if that content if that following disappears, if that content's still there, you still own the content. Create a new account, re-upload it.
yeah,
All
you're
you're
right.
doing is making yourself more famous in the process for free. Like
Yeah,
it's like somebody said to you, "Hey," and I use this analogy all the time because people are like, "Oh, I don't know what the point is of making content." Like comedians are the worst for this, and I'm like, if somebody said to you, "Every time you upload a video, I'm going to show it to 1,000 people." That's like me saying to you, "Hey, come into this club. We have 500 people waiting to watch you tell a joke. You only get 1 minute. Come on up on the stage and tell a joke to 500 people. Would you say no to me?" And they're like, no. I'm like, why aren't you making fucking videos?
sure. Yeah,
Right? It's free. Make the videos, upload them. If they ban you, make another. You still got to put them on all the other platforms anyway. You
yeah,
know,
right. I
upload the
might.
reels to Facebook.
I think I might. I'll set up a new Mark Lyford page, and then I'll look to see if I can get verified again. But before I
But
do
you
that,
don't
I'll
even
make
need to
sure I
do the,
have a backup account to get
you don't
because
even
you
need to
lose
do the
access to
verification
groups and
part.
shit. No, no.
You just need to start uploading videos to a page.
Hmm. Yeah, I will make sure I've got before I do anything. I'll make sure I've got um, admin backup access to the groups and stuff because that was a pain in the ass as well. Honestly, yeah, yeah. All right, yeah. You made me think on that. Thank you.
Sure.
All right, well, let's see what next week brings.
Yeah, see how much more I can spend in credits.
Do you find yourself like midway through a project and then that's what forces you to buy more credits, or is it just, oh, that ran me out and I need more to do something new? Because it's a real pain in the ass
Um,
when I've on Claude when I've had to buy credits. It's because I'm right in the middle of something. I just want to get it done.
yeah, absolutely. That's what's
Um,
happening. Or it's like I'm hitting a limit. I gotta top it up if I want this project to finish, and then I usually have extra. But
it's an
it's
interesting
always
model how they've done it. Eh?
it's smart.
Yeah, it is.
It's
Yeah.
a smart model.
It's
Sell
very
me the
smart.
sell me the bits.
I agree. All right, we'll wrap it
All
up
right,
this week. Catch you next week, folks.
sounds good.
Have a good one.